Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, January 19th, 2024, at exactly 9 o'clock a.m. in the morning. In 2 hours, I'm scheduled to check out of the hotel and be back on the streets out in the cold. And my phone alerted me that there's a freeze warning and the temperatures will be like in the early 30s, like about 30 degrees. And I have, um, last I checked, after getting this hotel room and a couple of other things, I have $5.26 in the bank, and I have like $5.26 in the bank, and I have maybe $12 in cash, enough for one meal today. Thankfully, I had breakfast. I just came back from breakfast, and it's included with the hotel stay. So I have enough for one meal later on today. And so, as I was trying to say last night on my YouTube channel, I was trying to say, excuse me, sometimes these hotels would be cheaper than the price of the 80, 75 and $80 motels. If I end up paying cheaper for the hotel sometimes, but for the daily rate, if you go by the day, 75 or $80, excuse me, that would be like about $525. Um, if I paid full price with the motel. But with the motel weekly rate, it would be 400. But the hotel, if I were to stay in a hotel for 7 days, that would cost maybe about $500. It depends. Sometimes it depends on which hotel or the availability and everything. So, excuse me. One of the hotels charged like a 50 something dollar incidental fee, and I think 50, and they would tell me that there's no openings. But there's another one that all I could pay is just like a $5 key deposit and pay that $400. But, so the fact that today, in the next 2 days, the hotel, I mean the most, what am I saying? Today in the next 2 days, tonight and the next 2 nights, 2 or 3 nights, it's supposed to have freezing temperatures or freezing cold weather, like in the 30s. And then next week it's supposed to warm up like almost spring weather, but it's supposed to rain a lot. And as I said, when I gotta be on the streets, I haven't. Since the gang stalkers got me wrongfully banned from the airport, because they lied on me and thought it was funny. Um, so I don't know of anywhere else to go, and I don't have any shelter overhead for when it rains. And if I were to try to stay underneath like a building or something, the people in person would call the cops and have me wrongfully trespassed from there. And yeah, I say wrongfully because y'all gang stalkers set things up this way to where you're putting deliberately sabotaging me having a normal living, and y'all are coercing me to be in situations where I'm cornered, where I have no choice but to do XYZ that I normally wouldn't do if I wasn't in that situation. So it's too. If people in I mean, in cold weather like this, they even urge to keep pets, you know, out of the weather, or they urge you to bring pets inside, or, but I mean, it's like, I mean, so it's like, it's very traumatic for the gang stalkers to, even the online ones, that they want to force me to suffer out in cold weather. They don't care how cold it will be. But if I ask for a hotel room, it's not their business. But if I ask for help with the hotel room, you know, they falsely accuse me of scam and fraud. Because they are, they brag about how they can't wait for me to drop dead. You know, and it's like, if I mean, yesterday, I mean, if things would have went smoothly with the airport job, yesterday would have been my first payday. That was scheduled to be my first payday. And the other job, after being told that we're all hired or whatever, I never heard anything back. And then they're talking about the online stalkers try to harass me and say that I'm about to be in labor traffic. But then if I switch my mind um about that job, then they will harass me about that too. They sabotage my job opportunities and then falsely accuse me of enjoying to be homeless. They sabotage my apartment. Um, they won't let me have housing or a job, and they're trying to it's like they're trying to force me to not survive. So they got all those TikTok um accounts wrongfully shut down, and I had to start all over with a new slate with trying to find connections on this social media, that social media, and it, or to not, I mean, or have less people I can seek help from, and making it harder for me. And then they even manipulate and brainwash people in the TI community to believe the slander about me. So I need any and all the help that I can get. Like, I'm about to be back out on the streets. And, people don't have a right to force me to stop surviving. I mean, force me to stop trying to survive. I mean, I can't believe this at all. So thanks for listening to me.